Chosen one. If you are listening to this right now, know this: you did not come across this message by chance. This is not an accident. This is not a coincidence. You are not here because of luck or fate. God Himself has guided you to this moment because He has a word specifically for you. You've been through a lot, haven't you? The struggles, the setbacks, the moments where you felt like giving up, wondering if the breakthrough would ever come. But I want you to know something. Everything you've been through was preparing you for this moment. The financial breakthrough that has been held back from you for so long. The abundance you've been praying for. It's about to be released in your life. I know the struggles you've been through. Chosen one. I know the sleepless nights, the constant worry, and the stress that weighs heavy on your heart every time you wonder how the bills will be paid, how you'll make ends meet. You've poured everything into your work. You've sacrificed time, energy, and your peace of mind. But still, it feels like life keeps taking from you, like no matter how hard you try, there's always something pulling you back. But let me remind you of something important. God has been watching. He has seen every tear, every moment of uncertainty. He has counted every single tear that fell down your face. And here's the truth I want you to hear. God has not forgotten you. He has not overlooked your pain. In fact, He is about to reward you in a way that will leave the world speechless. I understand that sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. You might wonder why things haven't worked out yet, why others seem to have it all while you struggle. But hear me now. When you are chosen, your journey is not like everyone else's. People often don't understand what it means to be chosen by God. Being chosen means that you don't walk the easy path. You walk a path of trials, a path where you are tested, where you are shaped and refined, just like gold in the fire. And let me tell you something. Gold doesn't become pure by sitting in comfort. It becomes pure by going through the heat, by enduring the flames. But here's the secret that many fail to realize. All this struggle, all this hardship, it was never meant to break you. No! It was meant to prepare you. It was God's way of getting you ready for what's coming, for the blessing that will change everything. Every moment of lack, every rejection you faced, every ounce of financial instability, it wasn't punishment. It wasn't a sign of God's absence. It was divine preparation. Because when God finally blesses you, He doesn't just give you a little bit. He doesn't just provide enough to get by. No! He overflows your cup. That overflow is coming. Chosen one. It's coming for you, and when it comes, it will flood your life in ways you could never have imagined. Now, I need you to stay with me, because in just a few moments, I'm going to reveal something crucial. I'm going to tell you the 3 undeniable signs that your financial breakthrough is right around the corner. These are signs that, when you recognize them, will change the game for you. These are signs that the enemy doesn't want you to see, doesn't want you to acknowledge, because once you do, your destiny will be set in motion. You will step into your divine wealth, your abundance, without hesitation or doubt. This is your time, chosen one. Stay with me, because what's coming next is about to shift everything. God works in mysterious ways, and often, His timing doesn't make sense to us. You may have asked, why hasn't this happened for me yet? You might have doubted that things could ever change, that prosperity could really be yours. But right now, you are standing at the edge of something incredible. What God is about to do in your life will be so swift, so unexpected, that it will leave you speechless. It's going to be a sudden shift, a moment where everything you've been waiting for suddenly falls into place. That job, that promotion, that financial freedom you've been longing for, it's coming. And it's coming in ways you never imagined. But before this miracle happens, before that breakthrough comes rushing in, you need to understand why you are about to experience this. You need to realize that God didn't forget about you. He wasn't ignoring your prayers. He wasn't absent during your moments of struggle. Instead, He was quietly working behind the scenes, aligning everything perfectly for you. The time of waiting wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Your struggle was part of the process. You were being shaped, molded, and positioned for something far greater than you could ever have imagined. And right now, God is telling you it's time. It's time to step into the season of abundance that He has prepared for you. The season of lack, the season of doubt, the season of waiting is over. Your financial breakthrough is not just a dream. It's your reality. But to fully step into this blessing, you need to be ready. You need to open your heart and your mind and trust that God is moving in ways you can't yet see. This is just the beginning. What I'm about to share with you will transform your understanding of your own potential, your financial destiny, and your purpose. Stay with me, because what's coming next will change your life forever. Chosen one, before God releases a blessing, He tests your faith. Every great man and woman in the Bible had to go through a season of waiting, a season where it seemed like God was silent, a season where everything around them said, "Give up." But those who held on, those who remained faithful, saw the reward. You are in that moment right now. You are standing in the middle of a divine test, a test that feels overwhelming, confusing, and exhausting. But listen to me. This test is not meant to break you. It is meant to build you. It is meant to shape you for what is coming. Because what God has prepared for you is not ordinary. It is something extraordinary, something that will change your life forever. Chosen one, I know you've been through a lot. There are times when you felt alone, when you felt like the weight of the world is pressing down on you, and all you want to do is give up. There have been moments when doubt crept in, when you questioned if God even saw your struggles, when you wondered if He was truly listening to your prayers. You've been in the fire, and it hasn't been easy. I want you to know something right now, from the very depths of my heart. God sees you. He has always seen you. Even when you couldn't see Him, He was there, right by your side, watching over you, guiding you, and shaping you for this moment. In the times when you thought you were walking alone, God was with you every single step of the way. He has been building you up, strengthening your faith, teaching you lessons in patience, resilience, and trust. All of those difficult times, those moments of uncertainty, were not meant to break you. They were meant to prepare you. God has been using your struggles to refine your character, to grow your inner strength, and to make you ready for what He is about to do in your life. Now, I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to hear this with every part of your being. It is your time. The waiting is over. The doors that have been closed, the obstacles that have been in your path, are all starting to move out of the way. This is your season, chosen one. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Lift your head up. Stand tall. You've made it through the fire, and now you're walking into a season of blessing like never before. No more wondering if it's going to happen. No more second guessing. It's time for you to step into your divine breakthrough. So I need you to declare this with everything inside of you. My financial breakthrough is here. Say it out loud. Believe it. Know it in your heart. Because God is about to release what has been held back for so long. You are not just going to receive. It is going to overflow in your life in ways you couldn't have imagined. This is the moment, chosen one. Stand firm in faith, because what is coming is more than you could have ever dreamed. God has heard your cries. He has seen your tears, and now He is answering. You are entering into your breakthrough season. It's time to receive, and it's time to walk in the abundance that God has prepared just for you. Your breakthrough is here, and nothing is going to stop it. Chosen one, I know you've been in a season of struggle. I can feel it. Maybe it's financial setbacks. Maybe it's personal battles. Or perhaps it's a sense of deep uncertainty that you can't shake. You've been pushing, striving, praying, and yet it feels like no matter what you do, nothing is changing. Things haven't been working out the way you expected. You've asked yourself, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? And I want to tell you right now, this season is not meant to break you. It's meant to make you. God doesn't test us to break us. He tests us to prepare us, to make sure we are ready for what He has in store. This silence, this struggle, the feelings of being stuck, it's all part of a greater plan. There's a purpose behind the pain, a reason for the waiting, and a blessing that's coming as a result of it all. God's not allowing these things to destroy you. He's allowing them to refine you, to strengthen your spirit, and to mold you into someone who can handle the greatness He's about to release in your life. You may have been walking through the silent season for what feels like forever, but I want you to understand something powerful. Your breakthrough is closer than it's ever been. This time of struggle isn't the end of the road. It's the preparation for the next level. Every tear you cried, every sleepless night, every moment where you felt like giving up, it's all building you up for what's ahead. You've been tested in ways that others may never understand. But let me tell you, God knows what you've been through. He sees the quiet moments when you feel like no one is watching. He sees the pain you've carried, the dreams you've held on to, and the faith that you've kept alive, even in the darkest times. And because of that, He is preparing to release a blessing over your life that will shock those who doubted you. What you've been through is nothing compared to what you're about to walk into. You are being positioned for greatness. God is shaping your heart, aligning your purpose, and strengthening your resilience for the breakthrough that is coming. When it arrives, it will come with such force and speed that those who have watched you struggle will be left in awe of God's faithfulness to you. So don't despair. Don't lose hope. The struggle is not your final destination. It's the bridge to your blessing. You've been faithful. You've been strong. And now, you are being set up for a financial breakthrough that will change everything. Hold on, chosen one, because your moment is just around the corner. Why does God delay blessings? Why does He allow His chosen ones to struggle? Because faith must be tested before it can be rewarded. Strength is built in the struggle, not in the comfort. A blessing given too soon can become a burden instead of a breakthrough. Joseph had a dream that he would one day rule. Yet before that could happen, he was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, and imprisoned. It took years of trials before he saw the fulfillment of his prophecy. Abraham was promised to be the father of many nations, yet he waited decades before Isaac was born. Job, a man blameless before God, lost everything before being restored with double blessings. Chosen one, your struggle is not punishment. It is preparation. But in the waiting, the enemy will try to deceive you. He will plant doubts in your mind. Maybe God has forgotten about you. Maybe you are not chosen after all. Maybe this financial struggle is permanent. But listen to me. Those are lies. They are distractions meant to weaken your faith. Because the moment you lose faith, the moment you stop believing, is the moment you delay your own blessing. But if you hold on, if you remain faithful, you will see God move in ways you never imagined. You will witness the impossible become possible. Do you think financial struggles are just about money? No. Chosen one, this is not just about numbers in your bank account. This is spiritual warfare. The enemy knows something that many people do not. If he can keep you in financial bondage, he can limit your destiny. If you are always worried about bills, how can you focus on your purpose? If you are drowning in debt, how can you build the future God has for you? If you are struggling to make ends meet, how can you give, sell, and help others the way God intended? The enemy has used every tactic to keep you in lack, Unexpected expenses, lost opportunities, delayed payments, financial struggles that seem to never end. He wants you to believe that this is just how life is, that you will never escape this cycle. But hear me today, chosen one. This cycle ends now. The chains are breaking. Every stronghold that has kept your money tied up is being destroyed. Your hands will no longer be empty. Your bank accounts will no longer be dry. God is loosing His abundance over your life right now. Many of you are not just fighting personal financial struggles. You are breaking generational curses. Your family may have lived in financial hardship for decades, even centuries. But God has chosen you to break that pattern. The wealth that was stolen from your bloodline, the opportunities that were blocked, the blessings that were delayed, they are being restored through you. This is why your struggle has been so intense. This is why the enemy has fought you so hard. Because he knows that once you step into your breakthrough, it will not only bless you, but it will bless your children, your children's children, and generations after you. Chosen one, you are not just fighting for yourself. You are fighting for your bloodline. Every major financial breakthrough follows a pattern. This is why you must understand the signs. Because when God is about to move, He gives clues. And if you are not paying attention, you might miss them. First, you experience a season of extreme struggle. This is where you are tested, where you feel the pressure, where nothing seems to be working. This is the most painful part. But listen to me. It is also the most important part, because this is where God is testing you the most. If you stay faithful in this stage, you are preparing yourself for what is next. Then, you start noticing signs, unexpected opportunities, divine connections, sudden ideas. You feel a strong pull to make a change in your career, business, or investments. People, ideas, and doors begin to align. This is where you need to be very aware, because when this stage starts, it means your breakthrough is close. But if you ignore these signs, you may delay the blessing. And finally, when God decides it is time, the breakthrough happens so suddenly, so overwhelmingly, that you won't even have time to prepare for it. Chosen one, this is where you are now. The shift is already happening. Can you feel it? It is already unfolding. If you are experiencing these signs, God is telling you to get ready. Because when this blessing comes, it will come suddenly. It will be overflowing, and you must be prepared to steward it well. Begin to position yourself. Start making room for the financial increase that is coming. Speak life over your finances. Stop saying, "I am broke," and start declaring, "Wealth is coming to me now." Sow where God leads you. Sometimes, the key to receiving is in the act of giving. Be ready for sudden opportunities. God will bring the right people, the right doors, and the right moments, but you must recognize them and step in. Chosen one, you have passed the test. You have endured the struggle. You have fought through the delays. And now, the doors are opening. The wealth that was held back is being released. And when God decides to bless you, nothing can stop it. Declare it now. Comment, "My breakthrough is here." Like and subscribe so you don't miss what God has next for you. You are chosen. You are blessed. And your financial breakthrough is coming. Chosen one, I need you to hear this with your heart today. God has a financial plan for you. And let me tell you, it is not a plan for you to struggle or live in lack. No, God has always intended for you to live in abundance. He wants you to thrive, not just survive. Think about the powerful people in the Bible. Men like Abraham, Solomon, Joseph. These weren't just ordinary men. They were chosen by God to fulfill a greater purpose. And what did they have? Wealth. They walked in divine provision. But their wealth wasn't just for their personal comfort. It was for a higher purpose, to fulfill God's plan on earth. They knew something very important. Wealth is not the end goal. It is a tool, a resource given to them to carry out the divine assignment God had placed on their lives. And here's the best part, chosen one. God is calling you into that same covenant. You are about to walk in the same divine favor. Just like Abraham was entrusted with enough wealth to bless nations, just like Solomon had riches to build the house of God, just like Joseph had the resources to save the nations from famine, God is preparing you for the same thing. You are not meant to hoard wealth or use it for selfish gain. You are about to be entrusted with financial blessings so you can bless others, build His kingdom, and fulfill your calling asterisk. But you must see this differently. This isn't about getting more money. This is about a divine assignment. You are about to walk into a season where God is entrusting you with more than you could have ever imagined, not for your own benefit, but so that you can be a blessing. You are about to experience abundance in a way that will allow you to help others, to build what God has called you to build, and to be a living testimony of God's provision asterisk. Do you feel that stirring inside your spirit? That's the Holy Spirit confirming this truth right now. God has been preparing you for this moment, even through your struggles, even through your waiting. Every challenge you faced, every time you thought God had forgotten about you, has been a part of His plan to shape you, to prepare you for the breakthrough that's coming asterisk. Your breakthrough is not an accident. It's not a coincidence. God has had this moment planned for you all along. Your breakthrough is the result of God's divine timing, His divine favor, and His divine provision. You may not see it yet, but I'm telling you right now, you are about to step into a season of abundance, a season of financial breakthrough. You are about to walk in the fullness of God's provision asterisk. But here's the key. You must believe. You must believe that God's provision is already here. It's already in motion, even if you can't see it yet. Trust that God is at work behind the scenes. He is opening doors for you, lining things up, and preparing you for a season where your needs will not just be met, they will be exceeded. Trust in His plan, trust in His timing, and get ready to walk in His divine provision. Chosen one. Asterisk. Let me remind you of what God has already done for His chosen ones in the past, so that you can have faith in what He's about to do for you. Think about the story of Joseph. Joseph was a young man with a dream, but his journey was anything but easy. He was thrown into a pit by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and even thrown into prison. Everything seemed lost. But you know what happened next? In just one day, one moment, Joseph's life changed completely. He went from being a prisoner to becoming the second most powerful man in Egypt. What changed? God's timing. When God decides to move in your life, nothing can stop it. Joseph's sudden promotion wasn't because of his own effort or planning. It was because of God's perfect plan and timing. So, no matter how dark your situation may seem right now, no matter how long you've been waiting or struggling, know this. God is preparing you for your own sudden shift. Your moment is coming. Just like Joseph, your life is about to change in a way that will leave everyone speechless. And then there's Solomon. Solomon was not seeking wealth. He asked for wisdom. And what did God do? He gave him wisdom. Yes, but He also gave him wealth beyond measure. Solomon's riches were so vast, they're still remembered today. But here's the key. This wasn't just a blessing for Solomon to sit back and enjoy a life of luxury. No, God blessed Solomon with wealth so that he could fulfill his divine purpose. His wealth was used to build the temple of God, to bless His people, and to fulfill God's will on earth. And you, chosen one, are no different. When God blesses you, it's not just for your own comfort. He is blessing you so that you can fulfill your purpose, to make a difference in the lives of others, to build His kingdom, and to be a vessel of His blessing asterisk. Now, you might be wondering, how is that even possible for me? How could God do something like that for me? Let me tell you this. When God decides to bless you, there is nothing that can stop it. No enemy, no situation, no person, no circumstance. When God opens a door for you, it's going to open wide, and nothing in this world can close it. You may feel like you've been overlooked, like your breakthrough has been delayed, but I want you to hear me now. This is your moment for sudden elevation. God is about to elevate you in ways you cannot even imagine. And it's not because of your own effort, your own strength, or your own good deeds. It's because of God's grace, His favor, and His perfect timing. His blessing is coming for you. Chosen one, asterisk. You see, it's never about what you've done or how perfect you are. It's about God's timing and His grace. When He decides it's your time, nothing can stop it. And the best part, God has already determined that this is your moment. Just like He suddenly elevated Joseph and Solomon, He is about to suddenly elevate you. Get ready, because your life is about to change in ways that will leave everyone amazed. And it's all going to happen because God has chosen you for such a time as this. Prepare yourself, chosen one. Your sudden breakthrough is coming. Asterisk. Now, chosen one, I want you to hear me loud and clear. Your financial story is about to change. You may not see it right now, but I promise you, God is already working behind the scenes. The job you've been praying for, the promotion you've been believing for, it's on its way. That business idea you've been holding on to, wondering if it will ever take off, God is about to breathe life into it. And the unexpected financial blessing, the one you've been waiting for, it's closer than you think. Right now, God is aligning everything in your life. He's making sure that all the pieces fall into place just for you. This isn't just a coincidence, my friend. This is divine orchestration, and it's happening in your life as we speak. But here's the key. You have to get ready. You have to prepare yourself to receive all that God is about to release into your life. You can't keep thinking small. You can't keep holding on to fear or doubt. You are being prepared for overflow, and overflow requires room. Think about it. If you're going to receive a financial blessing, you need to be ready to handle it. You need to make space for what God is about to do. So, begin right now by envisioning the abundance that's coming your way. Start seeing yourself walking in the blessings that God has in store for you. Start living like you believe that God will provide. Start making decisions today that reflect the faith you have in the abundance that is coming to you. Maybe you're in a season of waiting, and I get it, it's tough to wait. It feels like time is standing still, and you might be wondering if anything is ever going to change. But listen to me. Waiting doesn't mean you're stuck. Waiting doesn't mean you're being forgotten. No. Waiting is a part of the process. Waiting is how you're being prepared. It's how you're being refined for the greatness that's coming. Right now, God is positioning you for something far greater than you can even imagine. He's strengthening you, molding you, and getting you ready to step into your divine purpose. And when that breakthrough comes, when that financial shift happens, you're going to be ready. You'll be ready to walk into the abundance that God has already promised you. But you have to trust in the process. You have to trust that God sees everything you've been through, the tears, the sleepless nights, the unanswered prayers. He's seen it all, and He's about to reward your faithfulness. Chosen one, don't give up now. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. God has not forgotten about you. Everything you've been through has been preparation for this moment. So get ready, because you're about to walk into a new season, one of financial freedom, overflow, and blessing. And when it comes, you'll look back and realize that every step, every moment of waiting was worth it. Chosen one, it's time to shift your mindset. For far too long, you've lived in a place of scarcity, thinking that there's never enough, that you'll never have enough, that you'll always be stuck in the struggle. But I want you to hear me loud and clear. God did not create you to live in lack. He did not design you to be bound by the limitations of your circumstances. The moment you realize that you are not defined by what you see in your bank account or by the number of bills piling up in your mailbox, that's when the transformation begins. You have to shift from I can't to God will. Do you hear me? God will. God will provide. God will open doors. God will make a way where there seems to be no way. That is the mindset you must adopt if you are going to walk into the overflow He has promised you. The old way of thinking, believing that there's not enough, is gone. It's time to step into the abundant mindset that says, I serve a God who owns it all, and He is more than able to bless me beyond my wildest dreams. So right now, right where you are, I want you to begin to let go of the fear of scarcity. I want you to release the belief that you're not worthy of abundance. Your worth has never been determined by your paycheck, your job, or your circumstances. You are worthy because you are His child. And if you're His child, you're destined for greatness. Believe that, chosen one. Believe that there is more for you than what you have right now. And remember, the moment you let go of scarcity is the moment God begins to open up new levels of blessing in your life. Chosen one, God is already at work. He is aligning everything around you right now for your financial breakthrough. But here's the thing, you have to be able to recognize it when it comes. The divine opportunities that are headed your way are not always going to look the way you expect them to. They might come in the form of a new relationship, a business opportunity, or even a moment of inspiration that leads you to take action. But the key is to stay alert, to stay tuned into God's voice, and to be ready when He opens the doors. The signs are all around you, chosen one. Maybe you've been feeling that tug in your spirit, that little nudge telling you to make a move, to step out of your comfort zone. That's not coincidence. That's God speaking to you. The financial breakthrough you're praying for doesn't just happen by sitting around waiting. It comes when you recognize that the opportunities you've been asking for are right in front of you, and they might not always look perfect. Sometimes they come disguised in challenges or unfamiliar paths. But trust me, if you are in tune with God's plan for your life, you will see the signs. You will know when it's time to move. So don't be afraid to step out in faith when that opportunity presents itself. God has been preparing you for this moment. Chosen one, it's time to get real with yourself. You can believe all the right things. You can pray all the right prayers. But faith without action is dead. If you want to receive the abundance God has promised you, you have to take action. This is where many people get stuck. They wait for God to move, but they don't move themselves. God is waiting for you to take the first step. It's like He's standing there with a door wide open, but you've got to walk through it. I want you to think about what God is calling you to do right now. Maybe it's taking a risk and investing in something that's been on your heart. Maybe it's reaching out to someone who can help you get to the next level. Maybe it's starting that business you've been dreaming about for years. Whatever it is, you have a role to play in your own breakthrough. God is going to do His part, but you've got to do yours. Faith without works is dead. So get ready, chosen one, because God is about to open doors for you, but you've got to walk through them. The abundance you've been praying for is on the other side of your action. Step forward in faith. Trust that God has already gone before you, and know that He will equip you every step of the way. The moment you act in faith, you activate the flow of God's abundance in your life. And when that happens, nothing and no one can stop it. Your breakthrough is already in motion, and your role is simply to take the next step. Keep moving, keep trusting, and keep acting on the opportunities that God is sending your way. Chosen one, we've talked about the journey. We've reflected on the struggle, and now we're stepping into the most exciting part, what God has prepared for you. This is the part where the story takes a turn, where the heaviness lifts, and where the breakthrough you've been longing for starts to unfold before your eyes. You've waited, you've been faithful, and now God is ready to reward your patience, your endurance, and your unwavering faith. I want you to understand something. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. It's so close that it might just knock at your door sooner than you expect. The things you've prayed for, the desires that have been deep in your heart, God is about to answer them. The breakthrough isn't a distant dream anymore. It's coming into your reality. God is about to open doors for you that no one can shut. Do you hear me? No one can shut them. The obstacles that have stood in your way for so long are about to be removed. Every limitation that you felt, every door that was closed, every opportunity that seemed just out of reach. God is making a way where there was no way. He is the God who makes the impossible possible. And what you thought was impossible, what you thought you'd never have, is about to manifest. So, hold on just a little longer. Keep your faith strong. Stay faithful, stay hopeful, and keep your eyes on the promises of God. Your breakthrough is closer than you realize. You are about to step into divine provision, and I want you to prepare yourself to receive all that God has for you. Get ready, because the best is yet to come, and it's coming for you, chosen one.